Daniel, what's industrial 5G?
Kevin, industrial 5G is the adoption of 5G technology for industrial use. We are an industrial supplier. We have a quite big market share in industrial automation, and we know what our customers do and adopted the capabilities of the technology to meet the needs of our customers. So for instance, easiness of use.
Yeah.
Our system is supposed to operate by OT staff members because they actually are in charge of their use cases, moving things from A to B, producing beer, producing steel. And this is their main target. And for us, the 5G technology is an enabler for certain use cases. And yeah, it comes with a lot of big benefits for industrial use.
Now, speaking of those benefits, people will say, look, we have lots of Wi-Fi, we have lots of wired technologies. What are the business reasons behind this?
So I'm with Siemens for almost 20 years, and we celebrated last year our 20-year anniversary for industrial wireless LAN. And over all these years, I frequently got the question about interference, affordable interference-free spectrum. Because interference is causing trouble when you talk wirelessly, and it's all about reliability of certain tasks within the production. Because if something stops for various reasons, it means dedicated production stop. So to give an example, in automotive industry, on each production line, a big German car manufacturer produces every 90 seconds one car. So if you have a network outage of about 10 minutes, which is not much from an IT point of view, you immediately use almost €1,000,000 if it's a quite expensive car. So that's why this request for licensed spectrum was always a need. And with licensed spectrum, you also get a lot of advantages, like you are not regulated that much as it is in unlicensed spectrum. The transmit power can be increased to cover all areas on your premises.
So your entire factory or your entire site?
Yes, also including outdoor areas. And outdoor is for Wi-Fi in some instances not really a suitable technology or has its challenges. Or if you have big deployments, machineries, heavy industries like steel, there are huge brownfield deployments which are hard to wire up at a later stage. So for brownfield digitization, then 5G is a very suitable technology to meet these needs.
And as I understand it, you also, you need incredible low latency because you have health and safety things. If you press the stop button, things need to stop.
It does not need necessarily be incredibly low latency. It needs to be constant latency. And this does the trick. So you may remember the discussion a few years ago about the sub 20 milliseconds. This has vanished. The main reason is because for us in OT, lowest latency or average latency does not mean anything. It's about constant latency and lowest jitter. So
it's deterministic.
Deterministic communication. So on average, 20 milliseconds with some peaks is actually worth nothing. For us, 50 milliseconds is more than suitable for most wireless applications, but they need to be constant. The main reason is you run layer 2 protocols in high cycle times, and also with the e-stop function on ProfiSafe. And if you lose one of those telegrams or they don't arrive on time, the e-stop trips, the use case stops immediately, and you have to confirm that you can start over.
There's an interruption, and it has to be physically or manually got rid of.
The process needs to ramp down, and then you need to push some buttons, and you have to ramp the process up again. So you have immediate production loss, which
again costs money.
Exactly.
Now, if I may, this is not just about taking a sticker and putting industrial in front of 5G. You technically had to change some stuff here. What do you have to do to enable industrial 5G?
So what we did is we took the best of the basket of what 5G offers and adopted it to industrial needs.
Right.
Always focusing on OT use cases. For us, the default is if you can attach a cable, you will attach a cable. But if you can't, because of mobility reasons or coverage, or maybe you can't run a cable because it's financially not feasible, Then, we put 5G technology in. We enabled low latency for sure. We looked at the deterministic communication. We made it very easy to be used. So because it's a crucial element of an automation task. So it's not a mobile technology engineer who takes care of the system. It's an integrated part of every industrial application from our point of view. So we made it very simple to be used and to be attached to our automation systems. And it is just one part an automation engineer has to look at. So he needs to deal with drives, LiDAR scanners, sensors, and the communications part is
It's in the background, but it needs to work.
exactly. And if they don't need to deal with this, that's the best case situation.
Agreed. So to make it a bit more real for folks, where is this technology being used today?
So first of all, if we can attach a cable in the industrial space, we attach a cable. But if something is moving, which is now becoming more and more important,
More and
you
more
see
robots,
here,
drones, cranes, you name it.
flexible production, reacting to market needs and demands, you need to move machines from A to B to be more efficient. It's the mobility use case. So AGVs, AMRs, we see a lot of demand now in cranes, moving just back and forth in most cases, but for digitalization purpose, they need increased connectivity. Video streaming,
Bigger
safety
bandwidth.
communication, Profinet communication, Ethernet IP communication, and also if you have a brownfield deployment, instead of running new cables, you want to do more digitization, data-driven decisions, rewiring might not be an option, or you need to run cables through explosive areas, for instance, or clean rooms, then a wireless connectivity is a better choice.
Now, if I may, the demo here, what are we looking at here? And I understand this is industrial 5G in action.
It is. It is actually a very sophisticated showcase what this whole exhibition is about. It's about physical AI, it's about large language models, it's on-prem AI, and this is combined in this knitting cell, 2 robots and a camera on top of it,
Yeah.
identifying the stockpile of parts. You give an order via a large language model. I want to build a nice little robot with a purple and a pink leg.
So it's,
as we see it.
customizable.
It's fully customizable, and everything is done via AI. So you don't need to teach the robots. They learn, they know what they can do, and they calculate the moving parts themselves in real time. And if you know how much effort it is to teach a robot, and now it's done automatically, it's a significant change. And this piece is moving. So if you look at this from a, let's say, shop floor view, you need to cover a large area. The AMRs are floating around in a flexible production site. So this is the perfect example combining 5G reliable connectivity in combination with large language models and on-prem AI.
Now, obviously, Mobile World Congress, you've been here all week. Any takeaways from yourself from the event?
I attended a roundtable yesterday and I briefly spoke about what we have on display here, and one of the attendees clearly stated this is the most sophisticated use case he has seen so far, because everyone is talking about all these buzzwords and then show a part of it or a glimpse of it.
A little piece.
A little piece, dancing robots and stuff like this, but this is the only showcase which combines all these buzzwords on this exhibition. So I'm super proud and super excited that we are able to have this on display here, because this is how industrial AI and all that stuff, industrial 5G, is used in a almost real environment, because the interference part is at exhibitions even worse than in productions. In production sites, you can do spectrum management to a certain degree, but you always will have people walking around with their smartphones in their pocket, and every third guy around here has its hotspot on, and this is causing troubles every time, and this runs flawlessly.
Out of the box.
Yes.
As you say, it's making it real, right?
Yes.
And as you say, there's a lot of moving pieces, and this is what happens in the real world, in your own factories in Erlangen and your customers' factories. It has to be real.
Exactly, yes. And that's the showcase. And it's based on the-shelf available products. So it's nothing which you can buy in a few months
Oh,
down
it's
the
not
time.
that's some
That's all-
engineering demo under the covers.
No, it's all built on real existing products you can buy now.
Hey, good stuff. Thank you very much.
Kevin, yeah.